gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on In the Valley with Sean Ryan McBride. We're just going to jump right into it. My guest tonight is a local filmmaker who's made many short films, and he's actually been getting them screened quite often. So let's get excited for John Kestner. Yeah! How are you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Thanks for coming out. How are you? How are you doing?
Great.
Yeah? It's a long drive.
Everything's a long drive for me.
That's fair. Everything is also a long drive for our producer, Roman.
Yep. I live on the west side. My work is 50 miles out west. And,
oh my gosh.
So yeah, they say, oh yeah, I live a ways away. No, you don't. Everything's.
Yeah. No, I'm in Tempe, and I like that. It's pretty central to most things.
Yeah.
I was in it, but you made a short film.
Yes.
Housebroken.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I wrote it a couple of years ago. Generally, my process is I'll write something.
Uh-huh.
Well, I didn't really explore short films. I mostly wrote features until COVID.
Oh.
And then during a COVID fever thing, I had this weird dream, but it wasn't a full-length one. I thought, well, it's a short. So I wrote it as a short, and that just opened the floodgates. So I started writing a bunch of shorts and thought, I could do this, and we can do this. There's enough here locally in the valley.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That you could find the people, and you can find the talent, and that can make things. Oh, come on. We made, and finally, I spent a year and a half or 2 years looking for a werewolf.
Really?
A costume. Well, I mean, I could have got a costume, but they were just so expensive, and I thought there's got to be a cheaper way to get. It's a comedy, so it doesn't have to be, Hollywood grade special effects or anything. Even those aren't that good anymore. But so I met a good makeup person, and I just asked her, how could you put a werewolf? And she did. She made a werewolf costume. And
she messaged me yesterday.
Candace.
Yeah, Candace. Yeah. She asked me if I was free tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Saturday.
Saturday.
Yes. Because she doesn't want to wear the werewolf.
She doesn't want to wear it. Do I need to find somebody to wear the werewolf costume?
No, she'll do it. But she was just trying to get me to wear it again, and I was like,
Well, I hit you up about that already.
I know you already did. Yeah, I was like, they're really trying.
But I mean, I think with Housebroken, I think one thing that was so cool about it is to know enough people to where, like, I'll get this person to do this and this person to do that, and my producer Tammy is the reason Candace was on the last film. She was a last minute replacement, and then. It's like, well, I didn't have anybody for the werewolf costume. I mentioned that to Roman. He goes, well, I know somebody. Or no, I didn't even mention that to Roman.
I think Roman mentioned it to me, and I was like, is there anyone playing the werewolf? Because I'll do that.
You asked about that.
I asked about it. Yeah, I'm pretty proactive in my...
That's right. He asked me.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I don't have anybody yet, but it's a werewolf costume, so...
Doesn't matter.
We'll find somebody. But, then you did it, stepped right in and made it your own.
I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing that.
It was fun watching you. It really was. I mean, you did a really good job.
Thank you.
There's so much that, you film, but it's like, it's the action's this much we need for the movie, but we shot all this. And I know everybody had standing behind me watching the monitor. We all loved it, watching it.
Thank you.
You really did. You did a great job. Everybody did a wonderful job.
I loved being there because I got to see Clore again, who I haven't seen in 15, 14 years.
Really? That long?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been doing improv for that long. At least, I mean, I used to do improv at the Jesters where he does improv. And I left there in 2010, 11 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Clore's been in at least 3 of the 6 shorts I've done so far.
Wow.
So, but I mean, you tend to...
I think you do.
You tend to like, I can get this person for this, and I can get this person for that.
He's your Samuel Jackson.
Yeah. We'll have to get the wig on him, though.
You are his Quentin
We'll have to get the afro on him and have him.
Samuel Jackson.
We'll do that we'll put him in a...
So, tell us more about Housebroken. So, you wrote that like 2 years ago or so?
Over 2 years ago. It just took 2 years to try and find a werewolf costume. And once Candace said she could make one, I'm like, then let's do it. Okay. And by then I had met Roman at Jerome.
Yes.
And,
that's what I didn't go.
I met Roman at Jerome. We talked and hit it off, clicked, and had a similar,
But with Housebroken, you sent that out to festival internationally. Like it's been
The film. Oh, I started with the script. I sent the script out. It's won some trophies and awards.
Wow. Okay, I didn't even.
That's what I
okay.
kind of do. Is
Okay.
I'll write a script and then I'll send it out to some festivals.
See how it performs.
See how the script goes, and
Okay.
that's I don't need that validation really, but it's just fun
Sure.
to
Yeah.
get, like, hey, you won an award. Here's your trophy. Here's this. Like, oh, great. So
That is awesome.
and Housebroken won the H.G. Wells Award at the L.A. Sci-Fi, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm proud of that H.G. Wells. 'Cause
Yeah, yeah, I would be
love,
too.
but it won, and I thought, and I want to make it because I think it's going to be really funny.
Yeah.
And finally, when it's like, well, I finally got a werewolf costume. Where are we going to do this? And it all came together so very quickly. I mean, we shot a little over a month ago. Yeah.
We shot in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
the end of January. So, and
Time.
and we had it done by the 31st,
Yeah, I remember.
by New Year's Eve, so I could get it out to festivals, and it won 7 awards at the Rome International Film Festival.
That's so cool. Are you gonna go?
No, I haven't quite,
Okay. Yeah.
I think Houston is the furthest east I've gone, and LA is the furthest west I've gone for
Ever?
festivals
Oh, for
so
festivals.
far. For festivals.
For festivals. I was like, ever?
Vegas. I went to Vegas last year.
Okay.
They got a heck of a festival up there.
Do they?
Yes.
I've gone to one film festival, and that's because I was working it, and that was
Really?
the Scottsdale Film Festival, so I didn't even have to travel very far.
I went to Scottsdale one year, like years ago, because
Yeah.
John Sayles was there,
Okay.
who, ironically enough, wrote the Howling script.
Oh, okay.
He also, he's a great filmmaker.
What
he
year
also,
was that? What year? Do you remember?
The Howling?
No, not the Howling.
The year I went to Scottsdale.
Yeah.
I want to say like 2009.
Oh, okay. I'm way after that.
Yeah, it was, but John Sayles was there. I wanted to meet him, and because he's one of the maverick independent filmmakers who
Got it.
always stayed outside of Hollywood and made his own films. He made great films like Matewan, Lone Star, but he started out writing movies like The Howling and Alligator, and he did exploitation films with Roger Corman, and I believe Roger Corman.
I think a lot of this is going above my head.
Is it? Well,
Yeah, I'm just not
review
immersed.
watch this, and
I
then
will.
take notes, and then check some of this stuff out. 'Cause-
How long have you been in film? How long have you been working in and around film?
Oh, I've been a movie fan since I was a little kid. I grew up in front of a TV.
Yeah.
So I just had, and I grew up, and people hate when I say this, but I grew up in the last great epic time of watching TV and movies. And the reason I say that, I get that look every time. The reason I say that is I was there for the first Jaws,
Okay.
Alien,
Okay.
Star Wars,
That's a good one.
Rocky.
I've seen those.
And that's not including the absolute top of the line classics of that time, like The Godfather, Chinatown,
Yes.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Okay.
So that period of time in film and television was
Yeah, but we're not that far removed yet from where we're at now.
well, they're still making
For
the
those
same
to
thing.
be classic.
We're up to Star Wars 10 or whatever, and
Sure.
now up to Alien 15, and they're just redoing what I
Oh,
always.
I see your point.
My point is, I was there the first time, first Superman movie, Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff they're still doing it. It's 50 years later, 45, 50 years later, and we're still Blazing Saddles.
That was a classic. I love Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles, Animal House, Caddyshack. All these were when I was in school.
Yeah, but we
growing
have
up,
those kind of
but-
comedies now. They're just
not funny.
oh, that hurts. That hurts so much.
Put Blazing Saddles against anything now.
Anything?
Anything now.
I'm gonna give you homework. There's
Okay.
a movie called They Came Together.
They came together.
Yes.
Oh, really? Isn't that the same people that made
Wet
Wet
Hot
Hot
American-
American?
Yes.
Did you like Wet Hot American Summer?
Not so much.
Okay.
Not so
I just
much.
saved you a big ratings gaffe here, but
It's okay. It's fun.
I hated that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't laugh.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't laugh. It was refried meatballs.
Okay.
It didn't, and without Bill Murray. You know what? It's meatballs without Bill Murray.
Well, I don't really like Bill Murray too much.
No,
No, he
I gotta
just
go.
does.
No, no.
No, I just think I think he does a lot of the same, and
Well, you're a lot younger than I am, so you weren't there for seeing him when he first broke out on Saturday Night Live.
I have seen him break out on Saturday Night Live. I have that season on DVD.
You watched it? Well, he was on there for like 4 seasons, four and a half seasons.
He comes in the second season.
Yes, Chevy.
Yeah. Chevy leaves. They get in a fight.
Yeah.
Chevy leaves, and yeah, no, I'm
And he was there
versed
till
in comedy.
1980. Oh, okay. And then he did his first movie was Meatballs. Then he did Caddyshack.
Okay.
And
so he gets in trouble on Saturday Night Live for not being funny. Did you know that? Yeah, like he had to do like a formal apology on.
Well, they made it a sketch.
They made it a bit, but he
made it a bit. He's like, I'm not working out.
Yeah.
And he wasn't.
Yeah.
Until
he realized that he wasn't being funny.
Until he got the soap on a rope. I don't know if you remember that sketch.
I don't know that one.
He did a sketch where he had a soap on a rope, and he turned his shower into a stage a show.
Okay.
Like a Vegas show, and that's where kind of Nick Rails came from. Nick the lounge singer.
Okay.
So, ouch, that hurt. That insincere guy singing, and he brings his wife in, and then she brings in the guy she's having an affair with, and and then from that moment on, he became Bill Murray.
Okay.
So he found his voice on the show then.
Well, sure. Yeah. You either do or you flounder.
They all did in that first cast.
Yeah, they were great. The first cast was pretty good.
So, and that's another thing I'll add to my case that was the best time because that was back then too.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you should watch They Came Together with an open mind.
I'll try to.
Okay.
I know they have something to do with Wet Hot American Summer, so I'll try to.
It's the same writer. It's a lot of the same performers. I mean, you got your Paul Rudd, you got your Amy Poehler, you got the I don't know the actor's name, but he works in the soup kitchen. He works in the kitchen in Wet Hot American Summer.
Oh, the guy from Oz, wasn't he on Oz?
Yeah,
he's also on a detective show too. I can't think of his name. I know who you're talking about.
Might be, yeah. He's in that. It's got everyone. It's got Michael Shannon's in it.
Yeah.
I
tell you what, the only thing I was entertained by is reading the Wikipedia page for Wet Hot American Summer. The reason why it's entertaining is it just talks about how it epically bombed. It was a bomb financially, critically.
Sure.
They kept clamoring. They talk about how they clamored for a sequel. Nobody wanted it.
They got it.
They ended up on Netflix as a limited show. It didn't go anywhere. I mean, every time.
It's great.
It's the attitude of the Wikipedia page is that then we did this because it's like that didn't go anywhere either.
I think it's wonderful.
I just don't think it's a funny movie. I just don't think it's funny. But I mean, that's humor.
That's comedy. Yeah,
it's very subjective.
Yeah, and I think that is a very nuanced, not nuanced is not the right word, but it's very pigeonholed. It's very like a certain set of humor. But I do like it, the humor in Wet Hot American Summer. I don't know how I feel about that completely, but
there was an inconsistency in tone. Like, you didn't know what it wanted to be.
I'm certain that is the case.
Yeah, I'm like, if you create in comedy, if you create a world, you do create a world with comedy to where the most absurd thing in the world happens, but it makes sense for that world.
Yeah.
And if you try to do everything, then your audience gets lost and stuff. So I mean, so if you compare, say, like a Monty Python, the Monty Python world of humor.
Yeah.
And then go to Mel Brooks. I mean, they may have their moments of stepping out of reality, but you couldn't do all of what they do and put it all together.
No,
because the tone's off.
I think that. Yeah, I agree with that. 100% actually. Yeah. So more back to you though. Where can you watch your?
I almost turned him.
No, I won't be turned. I will not be turned on my own show. So where can we watch these movies though that you're making? You said you've done 6 of them so far.
Housebroken is our 6th short officially. I did one like 12 years ago. I wanted to make a film then, and I have friends who are producers, and I had a few scripts or ideas, and I said, which one could we go with? And they said, well, this would be the cheapest one to do. So I did one called The
Good start.
Midlife Crisis Guide to Strippers. And it's an educational film for middle-aged men,
Okay.
which I now am. And
You
what
should watch it.
happens, I could, trust me, some of the lessons in there I had to learn. But
Okay.
we made that one about 12 years ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on YouTube
Okay.
under that title, The Midlife Crisis Guide to Strippers.
The
Crisis.
midlife crisis
Guide to Strippers.
Okay.
We got like a real actor in it. We had the lead actor Grant Kramer from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Okay.
He's our lead in that.
Is he also in? Isn't he a Kevin Smith actor?
No.
No. Okay. Never mind.
But he's the lead in Killer Clowns.
Killer Clowns. Okay.
So we did that then, and there wasn't a film Freeway then.
Yeah.
And
not as
so
easy.
now it was like trying to ask people, can you make some more discs for me that I could mail to festivals? They might get it, they won't return it, and I only sent it to a couple places, but it just won its first award last month in Britain, in the UK,
You're still
best
sending it
comedy. I just some
Every
of
once in a while.
the festival. Well, Film Freeway is a great source of connecting with festivals.
Okay.
Because they're all on there. You can see what they want. You can see what their requirements are.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't done much with the stripper short. And then when I started going crazy with the films we're making now, I thought, you know what, maybe I should send that out. So I sent it out to a few, and it won Best Comedy at the Cult Film Festival in the UK.
That's great.
So now that one got its first award like 12 years later.
Hey, sometimes.
But then the others are two more online. Hanging Buddy was the first one, which was, boy, I look back and I'm like, that's the one to start this doing, because I thought we were going to get canceled because it's about a trans female who gets the first operation of a dead man's penis for a transplant.
Penis transplant. Okay.
And because that's not how they do it. And,
No.
And then 4 weeks after the surgery, she has a voice in her head, and it's the penis talking now.
That's kind of funny.
So it's kind of funny. So we went with that. I thought that would be a good one to do, and I thought I told everybody on the film, because it turned out way better than I expected. I said, we're either going to do really well, or we're going to get canceled forever.
Yeah.
And it did really well. It won over 40 awards.
Okay.
Italy and India loved it. It did well in every festival.
The I countries.
Yeah, those countries loved it. But I mean, it did well in a lot of other countries. It did very well It did very well. Like I said, over 40 awards.
Wow.
I couldn't find an actress to be in it,
Mm-hmm.
because they would read the script and go, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And then I found someone I worked with said, I'll do it. And she'd never acted before. Her name's Audrey Bennett, and she won 7 awards.
Okay.
She's for acting.
Is she acting now?
And she's She
kept doing it.
She's in a couple more of the shorts. She's like Clore. I mean, if I can have them come back and play something else or something more, I will. But she's doing very, very well. So, and then the second one was Beverly Ever After, and that's a sci-fi comedy. That's online too right now. Okay. The others are still out at festivals. So
got it.
They kind of have to go through.
No, I understand that. Yeah.
So, but eventually they'll all end up online, I think. But
cool. That's exciting.
But it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool festivals, and I'm just enjoying it. I'm just enjoying.
I'm glad you are, because I liked working with you. So.
Well, yeah, it was. I hope it was fun.
It was.
Sets should definitely be fun.
It was fun. We're gonna be back in just a second, guys.
Hey everyone, my name is Roman Aguirre with Passion Project. We are a digital media production company making movies, commercials, and social media content right here in Arizona.
right, guys, we're back in, and we're going to play a little game. This game is, I don't really know what we called it. I guess Headline Mayhem is what I'm naming it right now. I've got a bunch of different headlines here. Some of them are real, some of them are fake that I created myself. And we're just going to go down the line and see if you can spot the fake headlines.
Okay. Now, this is 2024, so
I know.
I can get away with saying it's all fake news.
You cannot get
All
away
of
with
it.
that in this room. Sorry.
All right, well.
Homie, don't play that. All right. An Arizona psychic was hit by a car, says he never saw it coming.
That sounds real.
That one is real. Absolutely. 1 point. Let's see. 2 kids in a trench coat successfully purchase an R-rated movie ticket.
You know what? I saw that on South Park. So that makes me want to kind of lean toward not real.
It was also in The Little Rascals.
And yeah, well,
But
Little
it was a bank
Rascals,
loan.
South Park.
Yeah.
Bank loan sounds better, but funnier.
Yeah.
They successfully bought one, or they tried.
Successfully purchased a rated R movie ticket.
I'll say it's real too.
It's fake. I
Oh,
made that
come
one
on! I
up.
walked right into that one.
It's okay. It's
I
okay.
had it.
You almost did. Yeah.
Almost.
Polly, the anxious goat, is only calm when she wears her duck costume.
Anything with animals sounds real.
Okay, yeah, that one is real. That one is real.
Yeah.
And I don't have photos here, but she was adorable. They had a photo of her. Okay, what do we have? Star Wars: A New Hope to get a remake in 2035.
Well, they've already made it. It was called Force Awakens. They already did it.
Well, kind of.
So, I don't know. They put those lists out. There's like 8 Star Wars movies announced in the last 6 months. So 2035, that's oddly specific. I'm going to say that's fake.
Fake, yes. I hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
I hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
A ring bearer dog swallows rings, turns wedding to shit.
Absolutely.
Fake.
Oh, come on.
Well,
That one suckered me in. I'm sorry.
I put a fun pun in there to try to make it more real.
I should have known what newspaper would carry that headline, but
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it might be too far. A guy who says God sends natural disasters to punish gays has his home destroyed in a natural disaster.
God has a sense of humor. So I'm gonna say yeah on that one. True.
Real. That one is
Yeah,
real. That one
yeah.
happened.
He does have a sense of humor. I'm a recipient of it.
Oh, yeah?
Frequently.
I don't know. I don't know.
You can if you will if you want to see it.
That's fair. That's fair. Family of 4 lost in the desert, led to safety by a band of coyotes.
Oh. I don't believe them if they said that's true, but I'm gonna go fake.
It is fake.
Yeah.
It is fake.
Because they eat them.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Where I work, there's coyotes, and
Those eat you?
if they're leading me somewhere, I'm not going.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I'm not following a wild coyote.
No.
Woman accidentally joins search party looking for herself.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, 100%.
That's true. And there was a guy that did it too.
Really?
He was drunk. He was so drunk.
Classic.
They said, we're looking for this. We're looking for somebody. I'm with you. Yeah, I actually read that story. So if this says a woman did it
This
too.
is a woman. Yeah, this happened.
Was she drunk?
No. I don't think she was. I just don't think she.
She
knew.
just wondered where she was at.
I don't think she.
Oh, where
knew
would I
they were
go?
looking for her. Yeah.
I
don't know.
I'm kind of curious myself. Where would I go?
The last one I have here. Zoo separates 5 parrots after the birds were caught encouraging each other to swear at guests.
Well, somebody taught them those words to start with.
Could have been another zoo member guest.
Probably the zoo. Well, yeah, or someone that works there.
Yeah.
I'd say it's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got most of these.
I missed at least one.
I think you missed 2 of them.
2.
It was the dog one.
The dog one, yeah, I know that one. And there was one more. That's not bad.
Yeah, no, you did pretty good. You did pretty good. All right, guys, we will be back in just a moment. Thanks for staying. John, so you're going to have you have a YouTube channel, Cavity
Yes.
Search Pictures.
Yes.
And it's just Cavity Search Pictures all. Okay.
Yeah, it's when I needed an LLC to make a film,
Yeah.
and I was batting around different ideas for the name of it, and for some reason I just thought Cavity Search Pictures would be funny,
That's a great name.
and it's a dental theme. So the logo is,
Yeah.
a friend of mine dressed as a dentist with a hygienist hanging on his shoulder.
Okay.
And but when we go to shoot things,
Mm-hmm.
if I give them my card, it's got that picture on it, says Cavity Search Pictures, and they'll ask me, "This isn't a porno, is it?" I'm like, no, it's a dentist theme. But anyway, so yeah, I thought it would be funny, but now it's like I end up explaining it all the time.
No, I think it is funny. I think it's worth the explaining.
Well, we do also do
time.
faith-based films, so it's been kind of to try to calm them down for
yeah.
locations anyway.
That's
but
fair. That's
fair. So yeah.
But so that is your YouTube page where people can go
Yes,
to see your shorts that you've done.
The shorts that are done with the festivals.
Okay.
So, and then I have a Facebook page just under my name.
Okay.
So, and I'm on Instagram too.
What's your Instagram handle?
I think just Kestner.j.
Kestner.
Kestner, my
Kestner
last name.
Last name. .j.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you see a bunch of film stuff and festivals and awards and things like that, that's me. So,
Okay. Well, I wanted to thank you for coming out tonight.
Yeah.
And have a good one. I don't know how to end this thing. It's all done. But also thank you guys all for coming out, for watching, for showing, for being here, and see you in the next one.